Professor Krell9 had designed the arena himself, a biodome containing apex predators from 17 different worlds. Creatures that had evolved for millions of years to hunt, to kill, to dominate their ecosystems. The Valkyrie Shadow Stalkers with their thermal camouflage. The KR-20H pack hunters with their hive intelligence. The massive Darogon berserkers with armor plating that could deflect plasma fire. Each species had sent their finest warriors. Beings bred and trained for combat, enhanced with the best technology their civilizations could provide. And then there was the human girl. Maya Chen was 16 Earth years old, selected not because she was a warrior, but because the Galactic Council had mandated human participation. She wore standard-issue survival gear and carried only basic tools. No weapons. No enhancements. Just a thin, small human from a death world. "This is murder," Krell9 muttered to his colleague as they watched from the observation deck. "She'll last minutes at best." The countdown ended. The arena's barriers dropped. The other competitors immediately scattered, using speed, strength, and tactical superiority to claim territory. The Valkyrie warrior vanished into the shadows. The KR-20H pack coordinated through neural links. The Darogon charged toward the high ground, each step shaking the earth. Maya stood perfectly still. What is she doing? Krell9 leaned closer to the view screen. Is she frozen in fear? 5 minutes passed. Maya hadn't moved a millimeter. She simply stood in the open clearing, breathing slowly, her eyes scanning the environment in a pattern Krell9's sensors couldn't decode. 10 minutes. The other predators had already engaged each other. The Valkyrie had ambushed a territorial Zexthor. The KR-20H pack was methodically clearing their section of the forest. But none had approached the human. "They see her," Krell9's colleague noted. "Multiple competitors have line of sight. Why aren't they attacking?" 15 minutes. Maya still hadn't moved. But now Krell9 noticed something strange in the biometric data. Her heart rate was dropping. Her thermal signature was normalizing with the environment. Her breathing pattern had synchronized with the wind rustling through the artificial trees. "She's making herself invisible," Krell9 whispered. "Not with technology. With stillness." At exactly 20 minutes, Maya moved. But she didn't run. She walked, slowly and deliberately, to a nearby stream. She knelt and began gathering stones, smooth river rocks about the size of her fist. Then she retreated to a dense thicket and began to wait again. "What's her strategy?" Krell9 demanded, pulling up her psychological profile. "She's not engaging. She's not hiding. She's just, what is the human word? Loitering?" The answer came an hour later when the Valkyrie warrior finally decided to eliminate the easy target. The Shadow Stalker approached Maya's position with perfect stealth, thermal signature masked, moving with the patience of an apex predator that had never known failure. Maya's eyes tracked something in the distance, not the Valkyrie, but a territorial marker 30 meters away. She picked up one of her stones and threw it. The stone sailed through the air and struck a KR-20H scent marker with a sharp crack. The Valkyrie froze. The KR-20H pack immediately swarmed toward the sound, their hive mind interpreting it as an invasion of territory. They found the Valkyrie instead. The Shadow Stalker never stood a chance against 6 KR-20H hunters. Did she just? Krell9 couldn't finish the sentence. Maya had already moved to a new position, carrying her stones. Over the next hours, she repeated the pattern. She never fought. She simply observed, waited, and manipulated. A stone thrown here drew a Darogon into an ambush. A snapped branch there redirected a territorial dispute toward a stronger competitor. She turned the arena into a system, and herself into a ghost within it. By day 3, only 4 competitors remained. The KR-20H pack, now reduced to 3. A heavily wounded Darogon. And Maya, who had eliminated 9 apex predators without landing a single blow herself. How? Krell-9 demanded, watching her set another trap, this time using a Darogon territorial roar she'd perfectly mimicked with a hollow log. His colleague pulled up Earth's evolutionary records. Her planet has an unusual predator. The human. They're persistence hunters, Professor. They don't chase prey with speed. They follow it for days until it collapses from exhaustion. But more than that. He highlighted a section. They're pattern recognition specialists. They don't just see the environment, they see the systems within it. She's not fighting them, Krell-9 realized. She's conducting them. The final confrontation came on day 5. The last KR-20H and the Darogon encountered each other in the central arena, both exhausted, both convinced they were hunting the human. Maya watched from the tree-line, invisible through simple stillness. When they destroyed each other, she walked to the victory beacon and activated it. The arena fell silent. Winner, Human Maya Chen, the automated system announced. Eliminations, 0. Survival time, 127 hours. Method, ecological manipulation. In the observation deck, Krell-9 stared at the small human girl as she calmly walked toward the exit. She hadn't won through strength or speed or natural weapons. She'd won because she understood something the galaxy's finest warriors didn't: the most dangerous predator isn't always the strongest. Sometimes, it's the one patient enough to let the strong destroy each other. Deathworlders, Krell-9 whispered, finally understanding why Earth terrified so many civilizations. Not because humans were the apex predator. But because they had learned to survive when they weren't.